Welcome back to the JVN YouTube channel. Yes, you guys read the title correctly. I did get stopped by the DOT for the first time. I got 2 tickets, a total of 4 fixed tickets, and a ticket that's going to go on my license. We'll get to that in just a second. I did want to mention to you guys that for the OG fans, if you guys remember, last year when they were offering an extra $700 a week to work night shift, I couldn't do it because I just not good at working nights. So I missed out on those $700, and the Grape is a very simple job. We do from 8 to 12 hours, nice and easy. Get our good money, but I can't hang, which means we've been lagging on the videos. But I'm finally getting used to it, so we're gonna be posting more consistent and how the video coming of a day in the life hauling grapes and all that, since you guys like that content. But let's get talking about the tickets. So I got some pretty annoying fix-it tickets. The guy who fixed it said the DOT officer was just being annoying. Let me know what you guys think. The guy who signed off the ticket too was like, dude, this is nothing. He was probably just being picky, but I had a pretty decent experience, so I'll explain about that a little bit. I had a pretty decent experience. I'll talk a little bit about that once we get to the office, but let me show you guys the little violations. Alright guys, here's the trailers for the grapes. Here's a semi-truck, really dirty. This needs to get cleaned every week. It gets really dirty hauling grapes. But check this out. So the officer didn't like the fact that this hose here was rubbing against this black piece right here, so he marked it off. Told me I needed to put something to protect the hose. He didn't want it, causing a little rip or something with time from all the bouncing in the semi-truck. So I got some zip ties to protect it from there. That was one of the violations. I know, annoying. Then we got the same exact thing right here. You can see these hoses were rubbing against each other. Wanted me to protect it and signed it off. The other thing was I need to have my company name, so I got this temporary. I'm changing my DBA, so that's why I didn't have it. But I wasn't sure that was the requirement. Then my numbers right there. But yeah, it was this was one of them. Then it was this little thing right here, and that thing right there. So the fourth fix-it ticket was one of the tail lights wasn't working for the trailer, which could have been avoidable on my part. And the one that's gonna go on my license is my medical card wasn't updated on the DAV system, but I did have the physical copy. But I still got a ticket for that. We're gonna have to take care of it. So let's get into the story time. Let's head over to the office, and I'll tell you guys what these points mean, any tips, and how the experience was with the DOT officer in general. So let's head over there. All right, guys. So let's get into the details. We're here at the office now. Now I want to talk first why I got pulled over. Then we're gonna talk about the experience with the DOT officer my first time, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about the tickets that were issued. So first things first, I picked up the trailer. Like I said, Grape is nighttime, so all your lights have to be working. I was doing a load, my last load of the day, and it was 6:10 in the morning. I hooked up the trailer. One of the lights kept on turning on and off, but every time I pressed the brake, it would turn on. So I was like, hey, I don't have to have the lights on. The sun's gonna be out, so I'm gonna go. Picked up the trailer, headed out, but I forgot to turn off the lights. So you can clearly see one of the lights was on, and the other one was probably kept on tweaking because it was turning off and on every time. So I knew, I was like, if a cop sees this, he'll probably pull me over. But I just turn them off every time I brake and signal. Everything else works, so I'm good to go. And I headed out on the freeway, and then next thing you know, the DOT officer pulls up right behind me, and I'm like, I'm about to get pulled over. And he moves to the right side, and I'm like, oh, we're good to go, having a good day. And then he pulls right back in. He probably saw the tail light that kept on twitching, and he pulled me over. Pretty good experience, in the beginning. I told him I was a new driver. That I always look for more information to be best prepared, because everyone's always scared of getting pulled over by them. He said, yeah man, I can help you out, ask me anything you need to know. And I was like, oh, I just wanted to see if my logbook is correctly filled out. He said, well, since you're new, you are missing a couple things. It could be $500 each statement you're missing, and you're only missing one, so I'm gonna let it slide for now, just to make sure everything's good. And he was nice to me. He said, you know what, your tail lights messed up, you need to get that fixed. I'm gonna do a quick inspection on the truck. And I thought he was gonna do a whole pre-trip, so I was like, damn, we're in trouble. But I mean, the semi-truck's good, but to memorize something like that, it's always like, do I know it? But he just did a quick inspection on the truck, told me to shake the tires, walked around. So the citation he gave me, as you guys can see here, was that my ID sign wasn't displayed on the side of the semi-truck, which is my company name. I didn't know that was a requirement. I was gonna put it on, but I'm changing my DBA, so I'm changing my business name. That's why I was like, hey, I'll do that whenever my DBA is changed. So I got a fix-it ticket for that. I got a fix-it ticket for the air tubes that I showed you guys earlier in the video. He called it, I believe, chafing or chaffed against a housing. He didn't like the way they were rubbing. He said it was a potential hazard in the future. If they kept on rubbing, it could rip and cause a brake failure. So those two hoses told me to check those, and he said, you know what, this is it. I'm gonna write you the tickets. It's not gonna affect you in any way. They're just fix-it tickets. They're not warnings or nothing. So I was okay, good to go. He went, then he came back. He said, bad news, man. You're not gonna be able to drive your semi-truck no more. Your medical card is expired. You need to have someone with a valid license to come and pick it up. And I'm like, what the heck? What is that? I was like, no, everything was going so good. So a medical card, I think they expired every like 2-3 years. Every 2 years, I believe. So I got another one this year, but I guess I forgot to send it over to the DMV and upload it on the website. And it was something so simple that seemed to be a big problem. So I got that second ticket. Yeah, so it's the medical examiner certificate. So I got the second ticket, and he said I could park the semi-truck, take Uber, go to the DMV, submit it, and then drive it back. But luckily I have my brother on the insurance, so I had my brother come pick up the semi, finish delivering the load while I went to the DMV and take care of the issue that same day. So, as you guys can see right here, which I was a little freaked out about, the ticket indicates that I was driving a commercial vehicle without a valid commercial Class A license, and that my medical card was expired in May. So I was like, what the heck? Driving a vehicle with the not valid commercial license? What the heck? So I guess the medical card, if you don't have it updated, it makes your Class A not valid to drive a commercial vehicle. So I didn't know that, but I showed him that I had the physical copy with me, that it was up to date. He said, okay, then there'll be a simple fix. Go to the DV, get it fixed, and go to the court. Yes, I'm gonna have to go to court, show the court that you had the medical thing that was valid at the time with the stop, and then once it's updated to the DV, you're gonna go. It'll be a simple fix-it ticket. So this is gonna be also technically a fix-it ticket, or it's gonna get dismissed by the court. And these 4 tickets were just simple fix-it tickets. So hopefully the one that's gonna go on the license doesn't affect my company or doesn't affect my insurance, because it's gonna be a dismissed ticket once I go to the court. But with the whole truck driving thing, they're always honestly, it's a pain in the ass. Every time you get a warning for something, it goes on your record and it affects your insurance rates a lot. So we're gonna see how that goes. I'll update you guys on that. I also wanted to add that even though we didn't seem to get any crazy tickets, something so simple like this can affect your company in a bad way. Right now we're running 6 days a week in the grape. We're averaging around $1,200 a day. I'll give you guys some more numbers on the next video. And I was awake for about 18-20 hours because I couldn't operate my semi-truck until that was fixed. So I had to go to the DMV. I had to get the airlines fixed. I had to get the fix-it ticket signed off before I could drive the semi-truck away again. So I was up for like 20 hours, and then I could have lost money that day because I couldn't run the semi-truck. I had to get some rest. Luckily, I had my brother on the insurance, and he was able to drive the semi-truck that night. I got some rest and drove it again in the morning. So it could have been a potential of $1,000 loss just for something so simple. So I know I make everything seem really easy, because for me, it's get the work done. 5-6 months later, I'm in a different position where I could use that money to invest into something else. So semi-truck driving is a hard job, but I make it seem easy because, for me it's temporary. I get in, get it done, and then get out. So I just wanted to remind you guys that something so simple like this could affect you in a very negative way. I do have 3 authorities open in case anything happens and my company gets dinged. I could always hire a driver with my new company, and the insurance rates are low. So yes, I said 3 different authorities just in case anything happens. I have one myself, and then my brother has an extra one, and then my mom opened one up too. So we're good to go on that side. And I have some good announcements coming for the next couple videos for anyone that wants to do the agriculture haul here in California. I've been getting emails if you guys are interested in it. Maybe for next year I'm going to prepare myself better so we could all make some money there. So stay tuned for that. Like I said, the interaction with the D.O.T officer was good. They're strict but nice. It's like, I'm not going to let nothing slide. It's my job, but I'm not going to be an asshole to you. So it was a nice interaction, but very strict. He had to get his job done. So in conclusion, not too bad. Just always have to be prepared, I guess, and double checking all the paperwork because there is a lot of paperwork. Once I figure everything else myself, I'll make a detailed video and point out everything you need for your company to be running straight and all the DMV pulls and a whole bunch of stuff. I wrote it down because he gave me a lot of things that need to be up to date. Some things that I didn't know about as well. As for my brother being on the insurance, that I need to pull his record each 30 days or 9 days, something like that. So I'll make a video once I have all those details figured out. So that's pretty much it, guys. Cool interaction. Nothing bad happened. We didn't lose money. We'll see how this gets taken care of. Court. I'll update you guys if it's gonna go on my record or not. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. See you guys on the next one. Peace.